Okay, so welcome everyone to my trash stream about fleet building. Why trash? You might think because I speak in English. My mic just went fucked up and I had to restart it thanks to my external audio card. Okay, so my fleet is in dock, we can start. First of all, we should understand which stats do we have in game and how does it affect your fleet performance in battles. Let's start with my DPS ship. So it has total DPS stat, which indicates how much damage performance wise it can perform in the battle, and aside from the DPS there is accuracy stat, which also affects how effective this DPS stat can be applied during shots. Each weapon has its own characteristics, and each weapon has its own attack cooldown, its own accuracy, and this accuracy applies only to this exact weapon. Means like this exact Rupture Neutron Railgun has DPS attack of 18k and its accuracy is 2k. So let's say this S weapon has 2.8k accuracy, means this attack from this weapon will hit the enemies more often because of this additional 800 accuracy. So every weapon accuracy calculates indifferently. Fuck my English. Indifferently, or something like this, from other weapons. And units which give additional accuracy adds its accuracy to each weapon which you equip at each slot. About accuracy, once again, it works in tandem with evasion stat. If there is two different formulas and it works a bit different, but overall, roughly speaking, with each 1k 1000 more accuracy over evade, you have a actual chance to hit the ship, not the fleet, but this exact ship, which is selected randomly during the fight, with 10% more chance. If let's say your evasion chance is so low enough that enemy ship has, like, let's say 2000 yes, accuracy, it's possible in this game with matrix ships, and your evade is only 5000, then this DPS ship, for example, let it be Star Patroller, won't only hit with 100% chance the ship with 5000 evade, but it will also get 50% damage over what it deals initially. Means this 120,000 DPS will become 50% more than it is. So if we talk about N fleets, where is it? Oh, not here. Here. Specifically, each admiral has its own chances to hit specific lines at enemies' fleets. For example, N has a chance to hit rear line with 10% chance, main line with 24% chance, front with 64% chance, and flagship 2% chance. These numbers differ between admirals. Like Shovu specializes in hitting flagship. It has something like 12% chance or something like this. But I don't have Shovu, so I can't exactly show it like this, like now. And this chance splits before the ships, how much ships this line have. Like main line and focuses main line in 24% chance. So I have, if I were to face another admiral fleet, then I will hit this Athena in 24. Calculator. 24, in 8% chance, and is again 8% chance, max and 8% chance. As for the front line, it's 32% chance each ship. That's why, for example, using Shovu, you want to, it has one ship on the main line, you want this ship to be tanky enough, because N admiral fleets will focus main line quite often. So using ease on the main line might be insufficient, and you will have to use like spectral ether there. Yes. And why I'm using Athena here is simply because I don't have anything else to replace it. So if you have something to replace it with, do it. If you can't, if you don't have it, you can do like this, but you will have often to recall and resend fleet in battle, because this Athena, aside from it's dealing quite not bad damage, once it dies in battle, it won't deal any damage, so you have to recall your fleet and send it again in battle. Back to the stats. Hello, Stuart. HP. It's just as it says, it's HP pool, which indicates how long in battle your ship will stay in. The more HP you have, the longer your ship will live. This stat can be increased with armor and with units starting with R195 equipment, or paid equipment R250, which costs quite a lot, $700 at least to get M equipment and $1,000 to get L equipment. Next, shield. It's a clone stat, which it's customary not to talk about this stat because it's absolute trash. So, don't even look at this stat, forget that it even exists. There is one ship which focuses on the more shield you have, the more performance-wise better it is. It's I forgot how it's called. Manual. It's Agonificate. It's considered the worst ship overall in game, which you can get from special black market. you can get one and get stats from it, like increase ship resistance, but I just decided not to pull for it because I'm free-to-play player. But if you do spend some money in game, it's good to get at least one of each ships in this Gaia manual. Back to the stats. Next, armor. Armor and resistance. Let's talk about these two stats at the same time. What you want to achieve during when you equip your ships is like perfect balance between those two stats. Armor works for both HP pool and shield pool, but as I said, shield doesn't really matter. While resistance stat works for both shield stat and HP stat. That's why shield stat is totally disregarded. Like incoming 100 damage, 2 HP pool will be reduced using both resistance and armor. Means it will reduce like from 100 incoming damage, 100,000 to like 25,000 damage, yes. While to shield it will deal twice damage or even more. There is some strange formula to it. I don't remember it quite exactly how it works. And you have to balance between resistance and armor so that so that your damage reduction stat, which can be seen when you click exactly on armor stat or at resistance stat, will be like 70% at least. So because prematrix we have kinetic meta and some unique characters, like for example Paleale focuses missiles weapons. This is why exactly Paleale deals quite a lot of damage, but let's say if I were to, or if he were to face around exactly the same in power level fleet, 1-on-1 or 6-to-6, doesn't matter, kinetic fleets will prevail if your resistance stat, here I'm focusing on kinetic purely, don't do like this. At this Athena you have to replace using L armor, M armor and 2 S resistance types. You have to replace here like M to resistant and 1 S to resistant to achieve harmony between these two stats. So resistance here will be like around 60%, which is already enough to negate incoming damage from missile type damage or laser type damage. Hello, I'm nobody. And on your DPS line, rear line, exact, don't ever use evade stat because you simply don't have enough unit slots, and your rear line or DPS ship's purpose is to deal damage while trying to live as long as possible, but not to lower. You don't have to lower your damage with evade stats because it will lower your DPS. There is not so thick line between how you should balance yourself. It's a custom not to equip evade units. Even if I had like rank 250 equipment, which is given for 700 bucks during the event. I won't equip it here, because if you don't have resistance, then you can think of evade like a useless stat. First you want to increase your resistance to, let's say, 70%, and then only then you start thinking about evade stat. On Athena it's not possible, and even if it were some matrix ship where there are a lot more unit slots, you just want to equip additional accuracy so that it can deal more damage. And matrix ships will live longer because they are more thicker, and battleships in specific live longer than cruisers. So most important for your every ship, and especially rear line ship which deals damage to enemy fleets, is to equip proper armor and resistance to balance between them and achieve at least 70% damage reduction. I have on my rear line Athena and on main line Athena 76% damage reduction, and from kinetic 81% damage reduction. Next stat will be evade. Let's watch it at some frontline ship like Spectral Lizard. I have here 10,000 evade, but first of all you have to achieve some resistance and armor before thinking about raising evade. So here I have like 86% damage reduction, and if we talk about kinetic, it's 90% damage reduction. But Athena has armor and resistance penetration, as well as Zealous has this stat. So how calculates this penetration, armor and resistance penetration? It calculates like this. It takes it has penetration has 30% penetration. It doesn't work like 80% minus 30 we have 50% reduction. Yeah, no, which is leaves. It works like we have 5,700 armor. We deduct 30% from it, which leaves us with like it's around, let's say, wait. It leaves us with around 3,900 armor. And if we turn this in damage reduction, it will be around like 79% or so. There is like soft cap for both armor and both resistance, where if you go over this soft cap, the number of damage reduction will be very hard to raise it over like around 81%. But so you want to like think about go a bit over soft cap, so that like Athenas and in Matrix there will be like Anansi, for example, or the node which is called Augustus. They both have damage, armor and resistance penetration, and you want to calculate in your head, like, or in Excel, to have so much armor and resistance to negate this penetration, which has such ships like I said before. Here I calculated it around right, and even when I face Athenas, which has armor and resistance penetration, it still leaves me with around 80% damage reduction. So next stat will be about evade. As I said before during the initial explanation, with accuracy, the more evade you have, the less chance to be hidden your ship have. Exact ship, not fleet overall. There is no such calculation. Like overall, this fleet has like 4,000 or more. It doesn't work like this. Each ship calculates indifferently from other ships in your fleet. So the more evade I have, the less chance to be hidden the ship has. Like my Athena has around 12,400 accuracy. This one skill doesn't apply at preview, which we are seeing right now. It works only in battle, so we have to calculate it ourselves here. Means my Athena would have a chance to hit Spectral Ether in like 50% chance, and another 50% chance it won't hit it at all, like total miss and no damage. Plus, when such Athena as my own hits this Spectral Ether, it only deals around 20% damage from initial one, because we have even after calculating the armor and resistance penetration with which Athena has, we are still left with around 80% damage negation reduction from both kinetic and armor, kinetic resistance and armor. FTL and SLS. FTL navigation speed between systems. When we send our ships fleets between systems, like from this Hoag system to, let's say, Anmalos system, and here the fleet will fly with specific speed, FTL, and the fleet overall uses the minimum FTL speed which you're among your ships. So like Athena has 143 FTL, Zeus has the same, Max has 117 FTL. Usually Dreadnought has the lower FTL speed as well as SLS speed, so it will apply 170 FTL speed when you move between systems, because your Dreadnoughts can't, your cruisers and destroyers can't fly faster and leave behind your Dreadnoughts. They are flying at the same speed of which your slowest ship has in your fleet. The same applies for SLS fleet speed. It applies when you move between the same exact system, like when you start farming, sending fleet to start farming some elites, or sending like work ships to take loot. It uses SLS stat, which can be increased using talents. There are different talents tab which can be created. Usually each player starts with one talent tab, and as you proceed with your admiral, not admiral, but commander level, like currently I have 39, a bit left to achieve 14 level, you will at some point unlock additional talent tabs, and you want to use each tab for different purposes, like PvP mode I have here has everything to increase my PvP performance. It will be like attack stat and cruiser attack stat, maxed evasion and accuracy, each stat gives me 600, a bit of armor, but in the future, as you can see, each new column of talents require you to invest specific points in previous column. Here I this column is overflown with stats. It has more than needed to move to the next one. This is made purely because I still lack experience to get kinetic proficiency here. When I will have enough high enough commander level, I will redistribute these points to get maximum kinetic proficiency here, or beam proficiency. Why beam? Because in Matrix current meta we have drastically increased performance for laser ships, because especially because, but it doesn't matter for free-to-play players. It matters for those who actually participate at arms race and gets from first to 7 or 8 place. There you can get rank 390 weapon, which has laser weapon, which has 2-second cooldown between shots, and 2-second cooldown between shots. Before only had rank 110 weapon, which we were using during the initial time our server has been born at our Argus ships. Back to the fleet. I have to recall.
Fleet returning.
What other stats do we have here? The next question might be someone might have a question why I'm using Spectral Leader at the front lines, because it has enhancements like this, which increases armor by 110% and resistance to all weapons by the same number. It also has evade and accuracy enhancement, which I yet to learn to get here, but it's already good enough to stick at the front line. Of course, I would have switched it with second Antu, for example, but I don't have second Antu enhanced, of at least at +4, and you don't really want to increase it past +4, because +5 and +6 increases Antu damage performance, and Antu does some damage, but it's not good enough to waste battle chips for this action. I would bet initial purpose of Antuvalu is to tank damage, because it has this awesome advanced ship hull skill, which reduces incoming damage for 60%. No other ship in game, and Matrix 1 has such stat. But at the same time, Matrix tanks are better than Antuvalu. Except Aquileus will have this cruiser tank from normal black market. It's a Matrix tank cruiser, but it has worse component units, less component units you can stick here, and less armor you can stick here. It has higher evade, so if I were to rank them which is better tank, it will be Antuvalu has a bit better performance and at being tank. So once I will at next arms race pull all this, like how much do I have? All of these 2150 nameplates, I surely will achieve, at least I wish I will achieve some Antuvalu, and some of them I will destroy and enhance my which already I have, second Antuvalu to the point of +4, and maybe I will have third and fourth one, which I will to increase up to the +4 enhancement for it to be good at tanking. So why exactly do I have Zealous here? The N fleet formation is just like this. Here and at the third slot I can put only FF, DD and BB ships, frigates, destroyers and battleships. If I were to have maxed out Near, which you can get only from unlockable with Geek banner at your faction, if I were have to max Near, I would have used it here. Aside from these two ships, I would say Zealous and Near. There is nothing better to stick here during prematrix era. And Zealous at this ship deals very low damage. Near would be better, but it costs it costs very much if you don't spend money. And as for the Athena here, I would have been able to like maybe use some Near is also an option, yes. KLDD. Here we can like, this is universal slot, and it can be used replaced with Near, yes. And usually your main line is when you build your fleet, it's usually used for buffers, like Max here is its main purpose is to live long enough. Also I have very low resistance here, I would have to replace it. But here the next enhancement is increasing already what we have resistance by 2 times almost. But still I would have to replace at least 1 M armor to resistance to achieve the harmony between resistance and armor. But for now it's okay. For me, I don't see it dying very quickly. but still it build can be enhanced, just like I said. This M armor should be replaced with resistance type. And when this max can achieve this enhancement, increase ship resistance to all weapons, and this enhancement, which increases its evasion, I would replace it like this, and then replace on my either units from defensive type to accuracy, resulting for it to deal a lot more damage than it is doing right now. But currently either tanks better than enhanced max. This is a question about how much you play, I would say, and if you play more, then you can farm more, like achieve better results at space mobilization and get more hyperfluid layers, like making it to top 550. To top 50 you achieve the same result as top 21, and the difference between top from 10 to 20 and top from 21 to top 50 is very low. It has around the same rewards, so try to aim to be at top 50 every week. And every event has additional ways to achieve additional hyperfluids and hypercubes, like this Elysium shop, where I bought 650 hyperfluid layers and hypercube fiber. I'm not buying this hyperfluid layer because it costs like 5 times more than this one, and it would take me like half of what I have right now. I would better to spend the same around the same amount of points and buy 100 molten alloy armor or molten alloy units. Hypercapsule is expensive here, so I'm not buying it. And each week you can get 1 free research speed up. So buying this from the shops might be a bad decision, especially from Elysium shop. And regarding breakthrough mass, you have to get it from wherever and whenever you can get it, especially for free, like for event shop currencies. And the main way you get it are events like this one, where you spend your gig. For each 800 gig you get 300 breakthrough mass. Make sure you spend enough gig until this event is complete. Make sure you spend enough gig to get this 300 breakthrough mass. You will need a lot of this breakthrough mass during Matrix, because each ship can be leveled up to 100 level, and past 80 level the cost increases drastically in this breakthrough mass wise. And this one is totally expensive for free-to-play players. Don't go over here if you don't spend any money. Maybe some of you have any questions, and I can answer them. I think I explained it a lot of things already. So, more resistance are most important, evade and accuracy second. What's minimal for both? Shields are not that important. Yes, shields are not important. And what minimal for both armor and resistance? You should have the same amount of damage reduction between kinetic resistance and armor. And when it comes to matrix, usually on your rear line DPS ships, no one equips units which increase any of your resistance type damage. Sometimes you can see equipped S or M unit because if I remember correctly, the ship which I will go for as DPS and at Matrix, it will be Noob's Major, which can be get from a normal black market. It has 2 L units, 1 M unit and 0 S unit. So but it has 2 L armors and 2 M armors. So to get the stats around the same as here it is, except you will have around 1400 of each resistance. I will equip 1 L armor, 1 M armor, and 1 L resistance type armor and 1 M resistance type armor. So there is no specific numbers that you have to achieve here, may it be 3000 armor or 2000 armor. You have to achieve specific damage reduction, which is around the same for both stats. Matrix wise, it's laser and kinetic at the same time. And because we are not equipping component units which increase our resistance, resistance would be the same for each weapon type. So try to at your damage ships, try to achieve at least 70% chance, 70% damage reduction from armor and 70% damage reduction from resistance. Whatever goes over 70%, it's harder to achieve higher number. The higher your damage reduction already is, the harder it is to achieve higher number of damage reduction here. And evade and accuracy comes as a second. Evade comes as a second for if you talk about support ships, which usually we place at main line, and sometimes support ships can be used on front line, right, like Max if it has enough enhancements. And what were I saying? Evade. Rear line and flagship usually don't use evade units. If we were to use like Slave of Joy or Cepheus ships, which both are from Matrix, we would make the ship as DPS one, built as DPS one, and not focus on using resistance type units or evade type units, we will use only accuracy type units there, because Theos considered the second best DPS ship in the game after Augustus, and Slave of Joy comes around third or fourth best DPS ship. Also, these two ships considered as first and second best flagships in the game. They increase your total damage. Let me check what else skills they have. Slave of Joy. Plus 10% fleet damage for each ship, plus 12 FTL speed, and if it enhanced at some point, this 12% FTL speed becomes 18% fleet speed between systems. And your total fleet accuracy, each ship acquires additional 500 fleet accuracy. So here I'm using at my fleet Zetamadar, which gives on as flagship, it gives 450 accuracy for each ship. Means roughly speaking, each Athena, Zealous or any other ship has additional 4.5% chance to hit the unit, if to hit the ship, enemy ship from some fleet. And as I said before, if some ship evades my hit from each ship, which calculates indifferently for each ship, then I deal no damage at all. This is how evade and accuracy mechanic works. But you have over evade. If you can't reduce incoming damage at a good enough amount, then evade becomes not really useful. First, you focus on getting specific amount of damage reduction, at least 70, but if it's a buff ship or frontline tank ship, the 70 must be at least 80%. Because mainline and frontline, they receive more damage from when you are on fight, these lines being targeted more often. Like I said at the start of the stream, my end will focus frontline in 70 or at 64% chance. Splits between ships how much this exact line has. So it's 32% chance to hit either Antwal or Spectral Ether I have here. And this 24% chance splits between 3 ships, means I have 8% chance to hit this Athena if I were to face the same exact fleet as my own. Any other questions you have, gentlemen? Also, how to farm efficiently. How am I farming? And when I farm, I want to farm as much as possible during my station jump. Usually, each system there is sometimes there is a bug, but usually each system should have like 15 normal scavengers. Everything which goes over 15 number when you click at galaxy view on the system means that there is elite at the system. Like here we can see 16 number, means this system ring Sanks has one elite at it. And as we can see, it really has one elite. So I don't have to like open and enter every system here to quickly find out how much elites each system have. I just click on it, open detailed stats for this exact system and see how much is this number. If it has something like 19 or 20, I will jump to it and farm respective amount of elites. Like this Metis has 10 elite scavengers. Bon appetit, David. So here we have a lot of elites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is yet to come. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 elite have been killed by this Spocky guy. Well, I'm glad to share this info with you. The more you farm, the stronger you are, and the stronger we are in total. I see a first decrease in total fleet strength when I don't use the ship in the game's recommended position. Am I wrong? You're not wrong, but the game is wrong. Higher number doesn't always mean that your fleet will perform better. Absolutely. For example, if I were to replace it like this, okay, it's not a good example. Maybe this. Yes, this. Oh no, it doesn't work like this. If I were to replace flagship Zetamadar with, let's say, Spectral Ether, my fleet strength should increase. Not really. It even dropped. Okay, but if I were to wear here at Spectral Ether accuracy units and replace Ether with Zetamadar, my total fleet strength would have increased. But Zetamadar will live less on the front line, and total fleet performance will drop because Zetamadar gives me 4.5% chance to hit some ship at some fleet, enemy fleet, and Spectral Ether gives us increased FTL speed and 10% damage to all dreadnoughts you have at your fleet. Means using Spectral Ether at your fleet is good only in two different situations. First, if you have like two maxed out Spectral Ethers and your main admiral is Shovu. This way you place one Spectral Ether as flagship and second Spectral Ether as at mainline. Why flagship? Because at Shovu, flagship position gets 20% armor pierce skill. Plus, if you use Spectral Ether with missile type weapons, you also has 60% armor penetration. Here I have only 33 because this skill isn't enhanced yet, but it will be enhanced when I make it +4. And because we have 2 spectral ethers at the fleet, we can make a good use of flagship skills which spectral ether has to get +10 damage for each dreadnoughts at your fleet. Spectral ether. And probably you can yes, you can place more spectral ether at your rear at Shovu, but there might be a problem with leadership cost, so you have to calculate before doing any fleet movements with your ships. Like there is a game Wikipedia where there is posted every ship and every admiral. You can take all this information and calculate if your fleet will have enough leadership to use this exact formation which you want to use. Athena as flagship will melt very fast because it has what is purpose of the Athena ship? To deal damage in the first place, because you have skill which increases this ship damage by 120%, wow, and increase armor penetration and resistance penetration and accuracy. This ship doesn't have like any type of enhancement which allows this ship to live longer, and after all this is cruiser type ship which by itself has less stats, less HP, less amount of models you can feed here, less amount of armor you can feed here, less HP, less stats overall, and it will die very fast if you were to face some Shovu in one-on-one battle or mass battles too. You'll have to recall your fleet and send your fleet again in battle very often. That's why I'm not using Athena as a flagship. I could have done that, but I'm not doing it. Even though flagship has attack and accuracy stats increase, I'm not doing that because it will die really fast. Do your fleet admirals have full futures? I guess you didn't upgrade the paid ones because they were expensive. No, not the full future. If I were to have Shovu, I can speculate that I would already have it maxed out because my Mary Admiral is already maxed out. Everything is maxed out, and Shovu uses the same Admiral crates, and I have second Admiral crates, and I have like 1,600 of these crates. I could have get even more of them, but I don't because I stopped exploring orange planets. Orange planets, when you explore, gives you 2 Admiral skill crates every time, and normal planets, when you explore, gives you either shop, either 1 Admiral skill crate, or some kind of trash reward like 80 cubes or fluids or like 5 component speedups, etc, etc. So by doing normal planets exploring, I do expect to catch some shops to get to buy additional nameplates for the future, like cruiser type or battleship type nameplates, or some speed ups for research. Can be both there too.
Fleet attacking.
Did you cover priority research at all? I missed a chunk of the stream. Research priority, no, I didn't talk about it. I will cover it in a short way. Research. I usually go there from this tab. 3 different tabs for different purposes, and once matrix shots, there will be additional tab or 2, I don't remember exactly, but one additional new tab will be here for sure. So what do you want to focus on? Early on, when the server only starts, at the beginning of your life, you want to focus on quantum computer, which increases research speed, and persistent scholars, which reduces cost for research. And quantum computer here, usually you want to level up it up to 40 level, not more, because the more increased research speed you have, the less effective it becomes. So like 100 research speed makes your cost research time cost from like 1 day to 1200, and if you have research speed start like 150%, it will not become 6 hours from 12 hours. It will be like if it's efficient, will be reduced by 4 or something like this. So it will be like transform from 12 hours to 10 hours. So because this research speed additionally you can get from like Alliance territory buff, 32% here, and from faction Cosmoticon, 24% here. You don't really want to go over total 100% research speed, but I just went down to the max level research, because one day, maybe in 2 years, I will cover up expenses which I used for if I were to play this game this long enough. Of course. Research. Next, you would like to after research speed, you would like to make use of reduced cost of research. Here you want to increase it to the max level for sure. and reduce cost of upgrading structures. This one should be maxed out by the time you enter Matrix. Sadly, I won't be able to max it out by the time of Matrix comes, but it's already high enough. Why to max it? Because when you will level up your buildings on your station, it will cost a lot of RC and a lot of alloys. And this research will let you save a good a chunk of RC and alloys. Then, after these two researches, we want to increase our battle performance, and it should be done at around in balanced way, where your stats are around not the same level, but cost around the same time. Like here, I have almost the same time to increase these levels. And here I have 5 days, but I'm not researching it anymore right now, because attack stat doesn't mean damage stat. Like it's the same. It works the same way as research speed and research. The more attacks percent bonus stat you have, the less effective it becomes. And if it were a damage stat, that's entirely another story. Like it's two absolutely different stats, attack and damage, and there is a big gap performance-wise between them. Like this Nova Plus gives you fleet attack increased by 20%. What does it mean, 20%? It means it gives me 20% bonus from 20 DPS here. Additional. Not from total DPS, not 20,000 DPS, but 2,000 DPS additional bonus here. Means if my Nova Plus subscription were to end, my DPS here will drop from 100,000 to around from 102,000 to around 100,000, which is really a low decrease in DPS. Got anything you can say about component production? Got a lot of stuff in mind. I don't know what to do with. So about component.
Fleet attacking. Construction ship dispatched.
If you, let's say, don't have like and I were covering this before, at max, for example, if you don't have some M resistance type armor, like absolutely you don't have it, you shouldn't spend your armor alloys to make one, because it costs like M type cost. I had a spreadsheet somewhere. How much does it cost? To make M type rating 100 armor, you will have to spend 90 armor type alloys. Rather than spending it, And you will have like to spend additional 90 alloys to increase its rank from 100 to 125, rather than spending alloys to make initial rank 100 armor. You have to get it through the black market or special black market, and afterwards you can increase its rank. By the way, special black markets during Matrix drops 125 rank equipment, like engines, armors, units, weapons, which helps you to sometimes skip crafting 100 initial equipment and then upgrading them to 125 rank equipment. So don't craft equipment if you don't have one. Use your allies only to increase the rank of your already gotten equipment. Glad you learned something useful from this stream, Kevin. You mean it raises ship's basic DPS, other ship enhancement works the same, right? Perhaps you'll have to rephrase what you wrote here, and I don't quite understand your question, sorry, Slyman.
Instruction ship dispatched.
Oh, MoreThanHater wrote a lot to me. How strong would be your Oh, thank you, MoreThanHater. I have tons of gold equipment I am not using in the main fleet. Should I sell to enhance main fleet components? Well, it depends. It depends on what equipment rank you currently have. Like, if we were to look at my current ships, for example Max, here you can see that my armor and L resistance unit here aren't didn't reach rank 156 because the stats they provide are already enough. So here, when Max will achieve additional enhancements, the most important here I believe is ship resistance to all weapons by 80%, then I will have to replace this L kinetic unit to evade unit and this M evade unit to kinetic resistance type unit, because once I have these enhancements, which increase overall resistance, this 2700 resistance, kinetic resistance, will become like 4 or 5,000 resistance, which is too much. And because it's too much, it's already too much. You want to invest to evade. This is where you want to start investing to evade, when you have too much resistances. Yay! Next Elysium we will have MoreThanHater and Akaza from the server 124.
Construction ship dispatched. Construction ship dispatched.
So, I guess I covered pretty much, if not everything, but a lot of amount of information about how to build fleets and additional info about research, component production, how to efficiently find your leads to farm. So I guess we can end the stream, and maybe if someone has additional questions, you can direct them at Discord or game mail if you are not using Discord, but better start using Discord and I will try to answer them. Thanks everyone for watching. I wish you had a great time and listening to my trash English speaking skill, and I wish you will become stronger with this provided information by me. So have a nice day, or evening, or morning. Anyway, goodbye.